go over the seats now. So you do have the power seats. Again, simply press forward, backwards, down, and up. And it does also have camber, so you can actually lift just the front of the seat there to find the most comfortable position for yourself. You do, of course, have your seat back recline and decline. And then you do have your lumbar support controlled by this little toggle switch there. Just inside the door next to the steering wheel, you will notice that you do have your iActive Sense button. What that will do is that will turn off the iActive Sense safety features that comes with Mazda. So especially things like your lane departure warning if you're in an area where the lines aren't painted well, or things like your backup sensors if you know you're backing into a tight spot. You will also see your parking sensor button there as well. And then you do have your off-road traction control button right beside that. Just down below, you do have a power liftgate button as well, and your seat memory. To engage your seat memory, simply press the set button whenever you get yourself into position, and then press and hold whichever seat you would like to, whichever seat button you would like to make it that. And then down below, you do have your hood release latch, and then you do also have a little added cargo space just above that. Now the key fob is also able to initiate with your seat memory, so whenever you get into the vehicle using that key fob, it will preset to one of these two settings. If you ever want to set it, simply press the set button and also press the key fob unlock button at the same time. Moving on to your steering wheel now. On the left-hand side is where your light switch is. So on the light switch, of course, you do have an off position. It will actually automatically pull you back into the automatic on-off headlight system. So it'll automatically register the ambient daylight and adjust accordingly. One up is your daytime running lights, and one more up is your headlights. And then, of course, pushing it forward or pulling it back will turn on your high beams. On the very end, you will notice this little button. It does also have automatic headlight leveling as well as automatic high beams, so those will automatically turn on and off if they see somebody driving on the opposite side of the road. Onto the steering wheel mounts, you do of course have your volume control settings, as well as pushing on the button to completely mute it, as well as to move forward and backward through favorite radio stations or songs, and then to change the source by simply pressing on the source button. You do have your your voice command system, as well as to answer any incoming phone calls with the Bluetooth system, and to hang up any phone calls. And then this info button right here changes what goes on in the center dash. So by pressing the info button, I can adjust what actually goes on in that center dash, whether it's just the speedometer, kind of more of an analog approach, a little bit of driving information, things like your trip computers, that kind of information, all the way up to your safety, your on-speed of safety features, all kind of displayed in that center gauge. And then it will return back for you. Moving over to the other side, you do have, of course, all of your cruise control settings. To set your cruise control, simply press on the cruise control button, and whenever you get to whatever speed you want, press the set, and then you can, of course, adjust up and down accordingly. Right beside that is your adaptive cruise control. So the adaptive cruise control adjusts exactly how far you want to set your following distance with the adaptive. You can tell in the center gauge exactly how far you're setting that new setting to be for you. And on the right hand side, you do of course have your wipers. So simply push up and it will just mist just the one time. When you put it down, it goes into automatic rain sensing windshield wipers. It will automatically adjust depending on the speed, or if it starts raining for yourself. Down is a continuous low setting, and down one more is continuous high. And on the very end, you do of course have your rear windshield wipers for the hatchback, your intermittents, and then to turn it on, if you ever want your windshield washer fluid, simply pull forward and it will spray the front, or turn the knob for the rear. As well on the steering wheel, you do have two paddle shifters on both sides to allow you to go into a manual transmission mode, going down and up accordingly, to give you a little bit more of a sportier feel.